Alright, now it's time for the Battle of Cerberus. First things first, I should have came into this battle with fire resist and maybe fizz resist if I grinded for it. I did not. Would have made this fight a lot easier. This is a really time-consuming battle. You want to focus on the left head because it does all the healing. Once you get rid of it, focus on the center head, which does all the main attacking. And once that one's dead, the right head literally has nothing you can do against you, besides for maybe like a rend attack or something. Don't ever leave the center head left alone, because it goes into a frenzy and constantly casts Psycho Rage and uses all of his strongest attacks, and it will murder you pretty fast. But, mainly just circle with Surf and Argilla. Gale's mainly there for supporting and healing. Note, the right head takes more damage from gun attack than the other two heads. Other than that, it's an easy fight. Also, when you get debuff, you can rotate your party members out to cleanse the debuffs. That's a pretty cool technique. Anyways, get off a nice, good, chunky crit, and I finish him off with a...
Your child.
Tell him to become a man.
Be you angel or demon, you will surely regret giving me this cursed power!
Oh. Huh. So he's a normal-ass enemy now. Okay. I don't have many Magnite bombs, though. How ballsy of you. Alright. Isis. I don't know what Isis is technically weak to, but eat a firebomb. Gun. Oh, she reflects it! Oh no! Ow! Alright. Ooh, that hurt. Alright. Hang on. That's what I got ice walls for. Okay. I knew I should have thrown up an ice wall, but it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Everything is fine. This is going exactly as planned. Oh no, Boobadine. I'm so scared. Eat a frost bomb. Frost bomb! Easy peasy.
Target neutralized.
Good job, Gale. Firebomb. I got 24 firebombs. Let's do this. Psycho Rage and then Stone. Oh! Oh, thank God. Wow, what RNG. Thank you. Firebomb. Uh-oh. Wow. Oh my God, just die. Just fucking die. Oh my God. Well, this is bad. Gale? Gale, please kill it. Ah! Oh, yeah.
Neutralized.
Oh, Gale. Alright, Nidhogg. There we go. Ooh, and I got a Dekaja rock.
Tribes. Comrades. I'm sick of all that bullshit. I'll make you recall the sins you have forgotten.
Stop it! I won't allow that. How dare you? How dare you try to do this to them? I won't let you hurt my friends!
Huh. You won't allow it? As if you have any right. To hell with you all! I've had enough of this godforsaken dump! I'll kill your precious leader and finally get out of this hellhole!
All right. Here we go. Ravaha is invisible. Okay. So he could be anywhere. We're gonna take a random pot shot. Here. Oh wow. Okay. So Gale can't really do anything. So pass. The only thing I could really do is just die and reload and then go take on optional content to get I don't know. Because I can't attack him. I've already taken damage, so technically I lost already. Alright. Huh. Okay. Here we go. Weaselbub. Shouldn't there be absolute laws of... We should only be subject to the laws of nature. In other words, someone as weak as you doesn't deserve to be in charge. Beelzebub. Alright. Gun. Terukaja. Okay, that's a little scary. A new Oracle has emerged. Mind Scream! Oh boy. Counter. Everybody has a chance to counter that Mind Scream. Ouch. Not who I wanted to use the item on, but okay. Come on, Gale, hit twice. Damn. Critical? Damn. Mind Scream. Come on, give me some oh, fuck. I don't want to use one, but whatever. Ugh. Mahama on. Alright, come on, come on. Oh god, another a +3 Mega Dolion. Ouch. Come on. Oh, fuck my golly. Medical kit. God damn it, Gale. Stop dying. Ah! I got him! Yes! Ah. Ah. Oh, don't think you've surpassed me, boss. I'll devour others grow strong. Next time we meet, you will fall. Oh yeah, that ice resist really helps, that's for sure. Oh, just gotta do a lot more grinding. Alrighty, everybody. I'm gonna take off. Y'all be safe. Have a good one. And by a break, I mean I took literally a 2-week break from this game. I had to plot and plan because the Colonel Beck fight, it was something else.
Do not underestimate me. I will see you mutilated and broken. Die at the hands of Colonel Beck.
Alright, so why are we skipping Phase 1? Phase 1 is a really simple fight. You literally just figure out where he's at and you shoot him. Phase 2 is when the real fight starts. I dismiss everybody, and I have Surf in my party because he has the higher damage. And... crap, words are hard. He has the higher damage for magic and physical and stuff like that. He's my best character. Starting off, his first round of Hunger Wave, he'll always follow it up with Infinite Wind, which will hurt you. But since it's a forest, I can use a Wind Wall to block it. And that gets me past round 1. There is another mandatory Hunger Wave and into Infinite Wind. Darn, words are hard. That happens later on in the fight when he's about like halfway dead. For that, you just gotta predict it or keep counts of his health. And then just use a Wind Wall to block it. Other than that, you're just relying on Sarah to get you out of Hunger Wave. It's pretty annoying, trust me, it really is. But there's really not much you can do besides for just tanking through the elemental damage, and then just praying his Hunger Wave can miss. He has about 3,800 HP. I use wild cards because they do the most damage they deal the most damage. And it takes about like a good 30-ish minutes, but I ended up bringing him down. Yay! I guess I'll add a little bit of note. Hunger Wave has like a 65% chance to hit, or 80% chance to hit, one of the two. So that 20% chance to dodge is pretty helpful. Anyways, fight's almost over. Hope you guys enjoy. Counter?
Yeah!
Not yet? Jesus, come on, Beck. Come on. No, I'm just gonna go for it. Still not dead? Jeez. It missed! Fuck it. Go for it. Wild Bomb. Damn it. Counter? No counter. Alright, I'm just gonna play it safe and heal. Whew! I'm gonna laugh if this kills him. Oh my god. Oh. With Colonel Beck defeated, he kind of prophesizes and tells us about what's going to happen in the second game when we get to it, about how we're all just constructs and this is all just an illusion, and we're just in a video game, pretty much.
Destroy the world. She is truly the devil.
Exactly. Knowing the truth would
Honestly, throughout this entire game, even though he is a little silly, this is probably his best moment in the game. He feels very proud of himself for this little speech he gives.
Look at what all of us have become.
We're comrades.
Then there's nothing to debate. Well, I mean that you can't be a comrade alone. That's ridiculous.
Alright, with all of the tribes defeated, the Karma Temple awaits.
The gates of Nirvana
It's
have
time
opened.
for the endgame, guys. At the Karma Temple, we are forced to fight two sets of guards. These are chump battles. They can't really do anything to us besides for poke us. They try to revert us to human form, but luckily for us, we're already in human form. They have a lot more HP than when we will encounter them later on. So just spam, well, for me, Wild Bombs and Megiddo Fire. Megiddo Fire is great. I love it. It's my go-to. Anyways, moving on to the next boss. Upon entering the Sea of Milk, we will run around and encounter our next boss. I honestly really like this boss, but it's a really easy fight. Fire bombs is his weakness. Just spam it till it dies. It takes about 10 turns. Sorry if there's not much commentary on this boss fight, but I will admit one thing. She has this... I don't know. It has this really devastating all-target ice attack, which will freeze your party. I've never been able to seem to dodge it or resist the freezing effect. And then she'll follow it up with a physical attack, which doesn't hurt, but the damage can't add up, especially if she targets the same party member. Oh yeah, she can confuse you. If you get confused, fix that confusion ASAP, because if you turn to demon form, you'll probably end up getting hit the next turn anyways. Anyways, moving on. Alrighty, finally into the last dungeon. We gotta make our way to the tippy top to stop Angel and to rescue Sarah. There are a couple of mandatory boss fights. I'm gonna put in quote unquote boss fights. I'm gonna be skipping most of this. This dungeon's pretty straightforward. Some of these encounters are a little tricky, but the money, the experience, and the Atma I'll be gaining AP points. I'm going to be doing a lot of mantra farming, because since we're getting near the end game, a lot of optional bosses are going to be coming available, and I want to take them down. So I'm going to be doing a massive grind, and we'll continue from there.
Target neutralized.
With being at the halfway point of the final dungeon, I decided to take a break and head back out. I got some unfinished business to take care of with a certain boss. Before we leave, let's talk to this guy. This will come into play in the sequel. And then we head back to the castle area. Yeah. Make our way to the tippy top and make sure you have ice resist equipped. And let's take on King Frost. I am over-prepared for this fight. I completely mop the floor with him, just spam wild bombs over and over until he dies. I decided to get a little cocky and just use some guns every now and then. I get a lot of criticals off, that's for sure. But no, he's barely doing over maybe like 60, 70 damage every hit. I have to heal once or twice, but other than that, it was an easy fight. He goes down pretty quickly and then finish it off with the crossfire. Heading back to Manipura, we can now access an optional dungeon where we can fight another side boss, an extremely dangerous one. Also, when you get inside this dungeon, something really, really silly happens. There's a very rare chance you can encounter a Moakane. They'll run from you if you're in human form, but if you manage to kill them, you can get quite a bit of money and experience. And, yeah, I'll just let these next few clips play out. My skill setup should have been a little bit better. I forgot to throw on shock resist and force resist. That's my bad. I was also testing out to see if max crit and normal crit would stack, but I don't think it does. Make sure you have, definitely make sure you have fizz resist and null death on, because the boss coming up can inflict death, and it really, really, really hurts. Luckily, though, we can hit him with our main gun, so that's gonna be easy. Anyways, Beelzebub is coming up. Alright, Beelzebub, Lord of Flies. This is probably the hardest fight I've had in this game so far. Luckily our gun can deal decent damage. Gun is literally the main focus of our damage. Maybe a couple of Megiddo fires every now and then. Gale's mainly here for support, for healing. Phase 1 is easy. Phase 2 is when it starts getting scary. Phase 3 is the scary one, though. He's able to buff himself with Makukaja and Tarunda. He's able to debuff you. If you start getting debuffed, well, oops. There's nothing you can do about them. Just gotta survive and deal with it. Luckily, when your party members die, though, you lose your debuffs, so that's great. Just revive them with a reviving orb. He hits like a fucking truck, and this is just a survival game. Gale's literally just healing constantly. But after about maybe like 30-40 minutes of fighting him, I finally get him to come down in a really, really nice fashion. Alrighty, in the Southern Tunnels, you can come across another optional boss. I do apologize, I forgot to record the entire part of me getting to this boss. I grind out mantras that get null attack on Surf and Argilla, and I'm currently working on it with Gale. So Gale's the only one here who's going to be taking damage this entire fight. But this boss compared to Beelzebub is just a cakewalk. Megiddo Fire, Wild Bombs are the only thing that are really going to do damage to him because he's immune to physical. And this is just a quick and easy fight. Alright, I make a silly mistake right here. After defeating the boss, you're supposed to continue on through this dungeon back to the Brute's base and get a key item in order to access another optional boss later. I forget. And I lose a lot of time on that. Okay, back at the final dungeon. We are forced to fight a bird. It took a long time to get up to here, trust me. I skipped a lot of the dungeon, I do apologize. This guy is just an overgrown enemy. He has more health than he normally would. He's easy. His gimmick is he'll like to buff you with taunt and then take away the damage but keep you with the negative defense. Nothing you can do about it besides for either killing your party members off or rotating them out. I just do a little bit of testing to see if he's weak to shock and gun and stuff like that. But nah, honestly, I've seen people have issues with this fight when they're doing a human-only run. But this was easy. Oh, and then his backup shows up, and his backup was also quite easy. So, yeah. Finally, at the top of the tower, we run into our second to last boss of the game, Anata. I quite enjoy this boss. I really love the design of it. But this boss is a complete joke. Having null attack on my party members, well, not all my party members, because I just realized I actually didn't have it on Argilla for this fight. He inflicts a bunch of status effects, which you can obviously put null, like stun, null poison, null sleep, all that good stuff on. He would be hard if you didn't have those on, because he has a lot of press turns, but in all honesty, it's a piece of cake. Again, probably my favorite boss in the game, design-wise, but it's quite a pushover for this late in the game. Also, Gale gets the kill. After defeating Anata, we are currently at the point of no return. If we go any farther, we're locked into the final battle of the game. Now we have access to a bunch more optional bosses, and I'm literally just going to shotgun through the bosses. The first 4 are, in my opinion, really freaking easy, even in demon form, human form only, sorry. And we'll start with the first one. Also, side note, again, don't be me and forget to talk to this NPC, because this guy is what spawns the bosses into the world, the game, whatever. Anyways, moving on to the first one. Alright, the first one we're gonna fight is in the Vanguard's base. This one is a little tough. They are all, honestly, in my opinion, they are all kind of hard in their own way, because they all pretty much resist physical, they all resist elements of some sort. So Almighty Spam is the way to go. Normally this boss would be pretty tough, but since I'm not in demon form, it can't spam fire on magic on me, and we're immune to elements, and we're immune to physical. This boss comes down pretty easily. Unlike the other bosses we'll be fighting here shortly, the only thing that's really tricky about her is she can use lifesteal, and since it's an Almighty, having null attack on will not block it because it's an Almighty. And yeah, right there, she'll restore about like 3 or 4 items worth of damage right there, which is really scary. But we end up keeping the damage on, and she goes down.
It's the only way.
Alright, over in Manipura, inside the yellow door section, we can encounter the next one. This guy is nothing but a physical attacker, so Argilla and Surf are completely protected. Sadly, my lazy butt still does not have null attack on Gale, so he's my only weakness in this fight. The only scary thing, well, not really scary, because unless you have null attack, is he likes to spam counter. It would hurt, but since I have null element, this big kitty goes down really, really fast. Alright, inside Anada, behind the yellow door near the beginning of the dungeon, we can find the next boss. I quite enjoy this boss, just the dialogue between the two heads and everything is just hilarious. But this guy resists physical, resists all the elements, besides Almighty, so you know what the key word is. Megiddo spam. Ugh, this took forever.
It's the only way.
Alright, last one of the 4 dragon lords, or whatever you want to call them. Back in this brute's base, go through this door, and we'll encounter the next guy. Long. He's a dragon. He's also very difficult if you are not using null attack, and I believe I have null attack on Gale now, I quite forgot. But yeah, he likes to spam Dia, and then he'll spam Madia or whatever, a stronger Dia later on in the fight, just to keep himself alive. But since you can shoot him with your guns, he's a piece of cake. He likes to buff himself, and he tries to cast elements on you, but honestly, it's an easy fight. Again, using null attack pretty much just shuts down this boss, along with like a lot more bosses, except for the one coming up. Dear God, I'm so scared. So a while back, after we defeated Orichi, I can't really say his name, you're supposed to continue down the dungeon and climb through a bunch of stairways, and then goes back into the brute's base, and then you find a corpse and you find an item on that corpse. There's supposed to be 2 NPCs that spawn in the courtyard in front of the brute's base that will only appear obviously once you get the item, and that's what spawns in the next boss. I spent the next hour trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I thought my game was glitched. I left the area. I reset my game. I was like, ah, great, my game's broken. And then I looked up on a guide, and I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot to go get the item. Alright, just a quick heads up before this next boss fight. Make sure to come into this boss fight with null element. The hardest thing for this boss fight is halfway through, it will start using its special attack. And it's an almighty attack. You cannot block that. And it really hurts. Anyways, let's get to the fight. Alrighty, Metatron. This guy gave me issues when I did my solo run, but in my opinion, this is a lot harder. Because one, he will cast debuffs on you, and he'll buff himself, though he'll rarely cast debuffs on you. But the buffs he can cast onto himself are what really make this fight hard. I'm immune to all of his magics except for his signature move, Eye of Sinai. And he doesn't start using that until about maybe like a third of the way through the fight, and then he'll start spamming it more when he gets down to about like a third of his HP. Your attacks you're always looking out for is obviously his physical attack and his magical attacks, not counting his signature move. Mahamon is obviously since I shielded anyways, it's a free turn. Use your free turns for healing if you need it once you get down to the halfway phase. Other than that, just keep pegging at him with your guns until he goes down. At any moment in time, Metatron can end your run. He can sometimes dual cast Megidolion or his Fire of Sinai. If he does, it's game over. There's nothing you can do. He's at +4 magic with a Mind Charge, and he literally almost obliterated my entire party with a Megidolion right there. But again, if he uses Fire of Sinai and it feels like hitting that 5 times it can on one hit, your party is pretty much screwed and there's nothing you can do. But this is also in my opinion, a DPS race. Because once he starts buffing himself, there's nothing you can do. Unless you have a Dekaja Rock, which are extremely rare to get from field hunts. But as long as you have enough supplies and keep using a revival orb, you can keep your party alive. I did come close a few times to losing this fight. It took about 30 or so minutes, but my stream was encouraging me to keep going, and I did manage to pull through. Goodbye, Metatron. Alright, time to head back to the Karma Temple. Really fast. Looks like our friend here is fallen over. He might be done for. He tells us that there's one more person looking for us back inside the tower. This is the game's official super boss, not counting the New Game Plus boss, which is technically available for us, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Because one, I don't really think it's necessary to complete this challenge, and two, I'm not that much of a masochist. Anyways, climbing back up to the tippy top of the Karma Temple, we go to Karma Terminal 3, and we hunt down the final obstacle before we take on the last boss of the game. Going through the door, we encounter Wonglong. Anyways, Wonglong Gaming, I don't know, I love this boss. I really like his looks, I like his mechanics. He will rotate between phases. He does a normal phase, he does elemental phases, he does his attack phase, and then his rest phase. Getting through his normal phase is the most important part, because surviving his elemental phases are super easy. In this fight, you want to have null attack, obviously, to null all of his abilities. Even though he has a physical attack, it's physical / almighty. You cannot resist it in any way or form, and it can cast random elements on you. Poison, silence, stun, all the good stuff. But if you have null element on, which you should have by now, you'll be able to resist all of those, and the only thing you gotta deal with is just the damage. The attack really hurts. And this is going to be a very long fight. Like, super, super long. This is my first attempt, and I just can't do it. I'm lacking the damage. I need to get everybody's level ups. Probably going to grind to level 99, and then we'll reattempt this fight. Because I need the survivability, and it's going to be a hard one. Alrighty, round 2 with Hong Long. This took about like a week worth of grinding, got all my characters level 99. By week long, I mean like 2-hour play sessions. Anyways, sit back and enjoy this fight. It's just a montage of how long it took for me to kill this guy. Keep in mind, this took about like almost like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. The fight's completely in his control, and you can just do chip damage the entire time. Enjoy!
Target neutralized.
Alrighty, that's it. We are at the end game. Making our way to the tippy top of the tower. We go up. Talk to Gale. Gale says, "Hey, you sure about this?" We say, "Yeah, we are." Alrighty, time for the big bad boss, Angel. There's really not too much to write about this boss. Phase 1, she goes between an attack phase and a defense phase. It's a piece of cake, and then on to phase 2. On paper, this boss would be difficult. Her elemental cubes make her invulnerable to that element, and she's also resistant to gun and almighty damage. But with all my mantras and my levels, this is a cakewalk boss. I just do some gun damage really fast just to check something. But the strategy here is to spam elemental damage type after you kill off one cube. That gets rid of all the cores. And then you have her stuck in an infinite loop. Our damage output is just so crazy that she cannot get enough cubes on the board to keep herself immune to physical or elemental damage. Yeah, that's a GG to this boss fight. It's literally just a cakewalk. I do let her try to use her super move on me, but it just does tickle damage. And then we end it with a good old crossfire.
Impossible!
Do you have any idea what you've done?
No, everything will disappear. Nothing can stop it!
The gate! Run to the gate! You too!
No! Surface still! Sir!
Come on, bro! Damn it! He won't make it!
Oh boy, what a journey. This video took me for ages to make, just with my schedule for work and my home life. It's hard for me to sit down for a good PlayStation. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If so, leave a like and a comment. It really helps out. I'm already starting my challenge run for the second game, and this time I'm gonna finish it. I have actually a really cool idea. It's not gonna be a solo challenge, and it's not even gonna be a full party. I think it's gonna be interesting because I've seen people who do it in human form, and I've seen people do it as a solo, and I'm gonna spice it up and make it a in between type of a challenge run. Then I've never actually finished the second game. Anyways, I'll see you guys then. Be safe, everybody.